The JoLynn Braley Show, episode number 82. Get Real, episode number 19. So, let's get real. Your weight loss results will never lie. Welcome back to the JoLynn Braley Show. This is JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the diet that is not a diet, the Inner Self Diet. Yeah, the Inner Self Diet rocks. It is amazing. It is magical, but it's not magic. It works if you do it. The Inner Self Diet is not a food diet. It's not an exercise program. Instead, what it does is it actually heals the real problem. It ends up healing the real problem so that your binge eating, emotional eating, yo-yo dieting, food obsessions, scale fear, feeling like you're not good enough, hating your body, feeling ashamed of yourself, all of that stuff, your food obsessions, food addictions, the whole muckmire can get healed and it's released. And then what happens is you're able to just live a healthy lifestyle. And then guess what happens with the fat on your body? It comes off and it can stay off because you're not doing any of those unhealthy eating behaviors anymore. You're not sabotaging yourself. You're not getting in your own way. It's core transformation, and that is the work that I do with my private coaching clients in the Inner Self Diet. It totally rocks. I've been doing it since 2009, and it works every time, but yeah, it only works if you actually do it, just like anything in life. I mean, I bet you have a car, okay? And that car's sitting in your driveway. And are you going to hate on your car or say that your car doesn't work when you don't get in the car, you don't open the door, you don't put the key in the ignition, you don't turn the key, you don't start the car, you don't put it in gear. And if you don't do any of those things, how can the car work, right? So if you don't work the car can't work for you. It's the same thing with the Inner Self Diet, same thing with anything in life. You can have the best system in the world, but if you don't do it, it's not going to help you. And the reason I explain this is because I talk about how amazing it is, which it is, but you don't get those results that my clients get by just listening to me talk about how awesome it is. You actually have to do it. Hey, if you'd like just a couple insights and discover something new about yourself, head on over to www.mypodcastbonus.com. Grab my free 5-day e-course. It will help you discover if your mindset is fit or fat, and also what you can do about it. Hey, if you didn't already know this, if this is the first time you've ever tuned in to one of my podcast episodes here on the JoLynn Braley Show, and then that means that you've never heard me say that mindset is 92.8% of your problem. Yeah. The food, the diet, the exercise little bit, that's only 7.2% of the solution. Here's why. Don't you already know what you need to do to lose weight and keep it off? I bet you do. But you're not doing it, right? Hey, I have totally been there before, but it won't get you the results you want. And the fact that you know what you need to do, but you're not doing it, that's the number one sign you've got a mindset problem. The problem is not the food. The problem is not the fat on your body. The problem is not your exercise DVDs or your exercise equipment. The problem is you. And that's a good thing. That's actually a good thing, because that means that you are the only one who needs to change to get the body you want. But it also means that if you don't change, you're not going to get the body you want. Or, you could. It is possible to force yourself to diet and exercise and hate every moment of it and just be waiting until you can finally get to that day when you see that number on the scale and all you're thinking about is all the food that you want to eat. Well, that's yo-yo dieting though, because obviously you're not going to be able to maintain your weight loss. Does this make sense? Are you getting it? If you've done that before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've had a lot of clients who have done that. They had been at their ideal weight in the past, but they couldn't maintain it. And they're really smart people though. They knew they needed help. They didn't want to struggle with it anymore, and they got my help. And they did my proven steps in the inner self diet. And yeah. It's pretty cool stuff. Did I already say head on over to www.mypodcastbonus.com, get my free 5-day e-course there, learn a little bit more about yourself. The free 5-day e-course will help you discover what's really been stopping you from losing weight for good and also what you can do about it. Now, on today's episode, this is episode number 82 of the JoLynn Braley Show, but it's Get Real episode number 19. All right, so since I started my podcast the first week of January 2013, I have done one Get Real episode per month. Now, the Get Real episodes are more direct and more to the point than my other episodes, and so I've got to give you a warning right now, all right? You are not going to like this episode. And you might just want to exit now if you're not willing to get real with yourself. But before you go, I got to tell you, you're not going to achieve permanent weight loss without getting real with yourself. Because the longer you stay in denial, the longer you blame other people or blame the food or blame the fast food industry or blame the processed food industry, the longer you keep telling yourself that you're going to do it on Monday, but Monday never comes. Well, Monday does come, but you're never able to actually do it, which I totally understand. I've been there before. It was total hell. But the longer you stay in the magical thinking that, well, I'll get it together. It doesn't matter how much I eat right now because I'll just lose weight later. So I'm going to eat this whole half gallon or gallon of ice cream, and it doesn't matter because I'll just start again on Monday. Yeah, I know the mind games, and I know the madness, and I know the frustration, and I know that it doesn't get you anywhere, but you gotta get to a point where you're willing to get real with yourself and really look at what you are doing or what you're not doing, you know? So all change is preceded by awareness. First, you have to have the awareness. Next, you got to do something about it. And if you have no idea how to heal your inner self, which is what you need to do in order to achieve permanent weight loss, no food diet can do that for you. All right? You need to get coaching if you don't know how to do that. Or if you want to get it done as fast as possible. Most people, I'd say 98% of the population, maybe 99% probably, they're not able to do, they don't even know where to start. They don't even know where to start. They're so caught up in their day-to-day grind and then putting themselves last on the list all the time. They're distracted, they're fragmented, they've got low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and it's just easier to go eat food to try to feel better. You know, you're exhausted, you don't take time for yourself every day, you don't even know how you feel, much less what you think. It's just like you're a slave of the matrix, you know? You're just on autopilot. And how do you ever coach yourself out of that? First of all, if you're not a professional coach, but even if you are a professional coach, you can't, then you know, especially if you are a professional coach and you are highly skilled and you coach your clients to major success, then you know especially that you can't coach yourself, because you can't see your own blind spots. But more than likely, you're not a professional coach listening to my podcast right now. You are a person who is, you're a smart woman or a cool man, and you've got great success in your business life, or your career life, but you keep wondering all the time, okay, so yeah, I'm smart and I can do my job better than anybody, but I can't lose weight. I can't stop eating. It's like I'm addicted to food. And then I feel totally ashamed because I'm isolating at home, eating all this food, and I don't want anybody to know, but I know they know because they can see how big I am, you know? Um, do you want to keep living like that? Because if you do, that's okay. But then, do you like that? I mean, I never liked that. It's not fun. But I also understand the delusion where you keep telling yourself you could somehow do it on your own. Well, if you could, why aren't you doing it? All right? Why aren't you already doing it? Where's the problem? If you could get yourself out of this problem, why haven't you? Okay? Why have you been struggling for 10, 20, 30, 40 or more years with this problem, with this struggle, with this issue? Right? And this doesn't mean that you're a bad person. You're definitely not stupid. It just means that you're looking in the wrong place to solve your food and weight issues. You keep looking in the same place that everyone else is, and that's a food diet. Well, if a food diet could fix your binge eating, if it could fix your emotional eating, if it could fix your low self-esteem, if it could fix your ongoing self-doubts and feeling like you're not good enough, then why hasn't it worked? A food diet can't fix any of those things. A food diet it's a recipe for, okay, you want to get healthy, eat this kind of food and eat this much of it and eat it like this and do this. Okay, it's an instruction manual. It's an encyclopedia no, not an encyclopedia. It's better to call it an instruction manual because that's what it is. It's a do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay, now you got to do it. But why aren't you doing it? All right? Is this making sense? Are you getting it? Can you see that mindset, your inner self, your inner world, your inner self programming, okay, who you are is the problem. Not all of you. I'm sure that you've got wonderful qualities too. So what you have to do to achieve permanent weight loss, you keep the good stuff about yourself, but all of the stuff that's in your way, that has to go. And I guarantee you that the same things that are in your way with this food and weight problem, you got these same problems in other areas of your life. Now, that doesn't mean that you're aware of it or that you're looking at it, but that's another reason why you want to get coaching if you want to get this taken care of. You do it for yourself. You do it because you know that there's something more. There's a better life that you could be living. And what you're living right now is not the good life. It's not fun. So that was kind of a long introduction, but it all ties in to today's Get Real episode that, you know what? Here's the Get Real moment. Your weight loss results never lie. What are your results? What are the results you're living right now? Are you having a struggle-free time? Living healthy and fit, meal after meal after meal after meal, day after day, week after week, month after month, no matter what season it is, year after year. Struggle-free means that you do the things that work best for your body. You only put food in your mouth when you're physically hungry. You stop putting food in your mouth when you're physically full. There's no binge eating. There's no emotional eating. There's no drama. There's no food addiction. You're eating healthy whole foods. You get regular cardio at least 5 days a week. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You do strength training, upper body at least once a week, lower body at least once a week. It's just a healthy lifestyle. And you're easily, if you're overweight, you're dropping minimum 1 pound of fat per week, 1 to 2 pounds of fat per week. Consistently, week after week. And it's just not any big Whoop-de-doo. Okay? You know, and you're experiencing that releasing the fat, it's not like the magical cure to all of your problems in your life. It's just part of living, and what you're going for is a healthy, fit, strong, amazing, fit body, and you want to feel great energy and feel great in your body and be able to show up at your highest level in all areas of your life. And living a healthy lifestyle is part of showing up for yourself. It's part of your commitment to loving yourself. It's part of you showing up and being your very, very best self in this life that you're living. Okay, but the weight loss thing is not the end all be all either. It's not like your only goal. So if you have the results that all that stuff I just said, then that's awesome. And why are you listening to me? Why are you on my podcast? Because you've already got struggle-free weight loss. If it's just not a big deal for you, that means that you've got a weight loss mindset or a fit mindset. And that means that you're rocking it. You are doing it right now. But more than likely, you don't have any of what I just said. More than likely, you're overweight or obese. You can't stop eating and you want to lose weight. You can't remember the last time that you ate food when you were physically hungry, because binge eaters and emotional eaters don't eat for physical hunger. Because those problems, those behaviors, those unhealthy behaviors they're unhealthy behaviors, and you're out of balance, It doesn't mean you're bad or, a horrible person. It means that you got a problem, and it's not going to go away if you don't fix it. And your weight loss results will never lie. Okay, that's the point of this Get Real episode this week is you can delude yourself all you want. You can talk for the rest of your life about how much you want to lose weight. You could talk about it. You can complain. You can, say all kinds of things. But it doesn't matter. It does not mean anything. All that matters are what are the results. Okay? Talking, that's not a result. That's just chatter. Okay? If you want actual results where your body fat percentage, your inches, and your body weight are going down each week until you get to a healthy, fit body fat percentage, until you get to a size that is healthy for your body, until you get to a body weight that is healthy and fit for your body, then if those numbers are not going down every week, then you don't have weight loss results. You don't have results. So what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Why is it that you're not doing what you already know you could be doing? All right? That right there is the number one sign that you've got a mindset problem. And it can all be turned around. And it doesn't even have to take that long. If you've got the right coach you're working with. If you are trying to do it on your own, I don't know how long it would take if you could do it. I don't know, 5-10 years maybe. These things, they're very, very slippery and very, very tricky. I mean, just look at your past, okay? It's not like I'm making up something that is, it's not like I have to convince you of how big of a problem this stuff is. Just look at your struggle, look at your past, look at your history. It's all right there, okay? And these problems, the food and weight stuff, the mind games, it doesn't just go away without fixing it, without healing it, without addressing the real problem. And again, the real problem is not the food. The real problem is not the fat on your body. The real problem is what's going on inside of you. That's what it is. And that's what needs to be healed. And you might not even know what that is. It's easy for me to see it in my clients because I'm not them, because I have the skills, because I have the training, because I have the experience. It's easy for me to guide my clients out of the struggle. But the good news about all of this, it can be changed. It really can, and it does not have to take long. Especially if you're working with the right coach. And I know I've said this many times. This could sound like a podcast that's all about get coaching, but you know what? I think that I would be a real meanie if I didn't say this, because that does, you could get this thing fixed. You could get it done. My clients, they achieve struggle-free weight loss in 8 weeks or less. That is fast when you've been struggling with this stuff for 20, 30, 40 or more years. So why wouldn't a good person like myself tell you that there's a solution? Yeah. I know how irritating and frustrating and it just creates so much anguish and self-hate and shame. Oh my gosh, the shame is the heaviest weight of all. But yeah, you don't need me to tell you these things about the struggle, and just look at your results. What do you got? What are your results? Not what you're saying, but what you're doing, and what you're doing consistently, and what is showing up weekly in your measurement of this project. Okay? Not just body weight, but inches, body fat percentage, and body weight too. What are you getting? What are your results? Even better if you're also measuring muscle mass. Okay, all 4 of those measurements. You can also measure body water percentage. You know what? If you go to fearlessfatloss.com/blog and then type in the search box 082, which is the number of this podcast, then in the post that goes along with this podcast, there is a link in the post to the kind of scale that I highly recommend that you use for your weekly measuring. Okay? I sure hope that you're not one of those people, and I have had some clients who used to do that before they worked with me. I sure hope that you're not weighing yourself 3 times a day or every day. That'll just drive you crazy. This is a project that occurs over time. It's not an instant, when it comes to the fat loss, it is not an instant result kind of thing. You can get very fast results with healing your inner self, but you got to do that first anyway if you want to have a struggle-free time of releasing the physical fat. Otherwise it'll just be more drama, more self-sabotage, more back and forth, drop 10 pounds, gain 20 pounds, all of that stuff. And if you're okay with doing that, that's cool. But you can't complain about it then. Don't be telling anybody. Don't be complaining about it if you're okay with doing that. And if you think that, you can do it on your own, then don't complain about how long it takes, and you got to own, basically what I'm saying here, what it comes down to. You have to own your results. All right? If you're 120 pounds overweight and you can't stop eating, and you're not willing to get help, you're not willing to get coaching, and you just keep telling yourself that you're going to start again on Monday, don't complain about that. You got to own your results. Number 1, your weight loss results will never lie. Number 2, you got to own what results you're getting. And this is just reality. It's not like it's not like an opportunity to beat yourself up or anything. It's just how it is. You're either going to get the results or you're not. You're either going to have struggle-free weight loss or you're not. And you won't have struggle-free weight loss if you don't heal your inner self, because that's what brings the struggle-free weight loss and the permanent weight loss once you heal the real problem. Make sense? Are you getting this? It's time for a commercial break here on the JoLynn Braley Show, and this week's sponsor of the JoLynn Braley Show is my free ebook. Yay! You can get my free ebook at www.easyfunweightloss.com. My free ebook is for you if you are struggling with emotional eating, binge eating, yo-yo dieting, anything like that. And you can get my 3 tips in it, which will help you to start making weight loss easy and fun from the inside out right now. And you probably think it's impossible to have weight loss be easy and fun from the inside out, but get my ebook and read what I have to say in it. Those tips have nothing to do with food, okay? They're all about what's going on inside of you, which is why you're struggling right now, okay? So get that at www.easyfunweightloss.com. Okay, questions to ask yourself. On each of the full episodes of the JoLynn Braley Show, I give you a couple questions to ask yourself. I highly recommend that you grab pen and paper, write each question down, and then write your answer down. Why? Because there is a connection that occurs between the head, the hand, and the heart when you write pen on paper. You cannot get that connection by typing on a keyboard. You definitely don't get the connection if you only listen to my voice. So why not just take full advantage of this free weight loss podcast and get pen and paper? Why not do that right now? So the first question to write down and then ask yourself, what are my weight loss results? What are my weight loss results? Write it down, because that's the result of what you're doing or not doing. That's a result of your consistency or your inconsistency. And you know what? Based on my experience, you have to be consistent meal after meal after meal after meal to really have consistent results each week. Now, I'm not talking about, this is not about obsession or perfectionism, though. You see, words don't teach, only experience teaches. And until you have the experience of being able to live a healthy lifestyle where it's just no big deal, then you don't understand. But once you have it, once you are doing it, once you've got it in your bones, once you're like Dave, who I coached back in 2010, and his whole life he'd been struggling with yo-yo dieting. And so his problem was not weight loss. Okay, he knew exactly what he needed to do, but whenever he'd get to his goal weight, he'd always gain it back, and he didn't want to do that anymore, and he'd struggled with it long enough. He was 55 when he hired me, and I coached him through my proven steps, and he did it. He dropped those 90 pounds. Did I tell you he was 90 pounds overweight? Well, now you know, in case I didn't say that. But he was 90 pounds overweight, and he dropped those 90 pounds. It took him a little bit more than a year to do it. But what's most important is he's never gained it back. And if you were to talk to him today, you would think he never had a problem, because living a healthy lifestyle is just who he is. It's just not a big deal. Okay? And it's not a diet. All right? Short-term fad diets will never give you permanent weight loss, because they don't, first of all, they're not a lifestyle, all right? Second of all, they don't fix the problem, okay? Do you get what I'm saying? The problem is not the food. The problem is what you do with the food, okay? Food is neutral. Food does not give a rip about you. It's your psychology, your programming, your mentality, you. What makes up you? And that doesn't mean you've got a mental disease. It means that you have faulty programming. And what is your programming? Your programming is your pattern of thoughts and your unhealthy, negative, limiting beliefs that are all a part of you. Your beliefs are everything. If you believe that weight loss is hard, you're right, and you'll prove it to be right. If you believe nobody can help you, you're right. Nobody can. If you believe you're stuck, you're right. You're stuck, and you always will be, until you change that belief. Okay? So your body is determined by you and your inner self programming. That's what needs to change. It's not the food that is the problem. The excess fat on your butt and on your stomach is not the problem. The excess fat is a symptom of your inner self programming. Maybe explaining it like that is clearer, than the other ways I've explained it so far on this podcast. But whatever helps you to get it, that you're looking in the wrong place when you keep looking for a food diet, because food diets don't do anything for you if you don't do them. And why aren't you just doing it? And why do you keep saying that you'll do it on Monday? Why Monday? Why not now? When are you listening to this podcast? Is it a Thursday? Is it a Friday? Is it a Wednesday? Is it a Tuesday? Is it a Saturday? Why not now? The thing of saying you'll do it on Monday, that's just like a drug addict. It's just like an alcoholic. Always putting it off. And remember, I am not speaking to you from some place like a holier than thou, like I've always been thin or anything like that, and I've never had these problems. I've done all that stuff. Always putting it off. Oh, it doesn't matter what I eat now because I'll just start again on Monday. You know how many years I wasted doing that? How frustrating. What a waste of time. And that's the thing you can never get back. You can never get back lost time. Hey, you think that you're afraid to spend money to get help to fix this problem? Guess what? You can always make more money. You can never make back the lost time and life that you could be living without this problem. You get that? All the time that you waste, all the time that you spend, all the time that you wait, and you just keep struggling with this all by yourself, you can't ever get that time back. That time is priceless. Okay, so I gave you one question. What are my weight loss results? Write them down. Okay, number 2. What am I doing about this? What am I doing about this? What is my game plan? What is my solution? So that 10 years from now, I'm not still dealing with the same old crap. Because the same old crap will be there if you don't fix this now. You know how fast time goes by? Look at your past. Okay? Everything I've shared with you here on today's Get Real episode, you don't need me to say these things. Just look at your results. Yeah, they don't lie. Number 3 question. Who's my coach? Who's my coach? Who is a professional? Somebody you're paying. Okay? You have to have a professional paid coach in order to get the truth. Because if you think that your spouse or your best friend can coach you, that's not true at all. Oh, you're fine. You don't need to change. When you're the one who's not happy with yourself, you have to get a professional coach so that you get the truth and you get past your own stuff. And otherwise, it's just, oh, gosh, oh, I've got all this work to do. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I'll exercise tomorrow. Oh, I'll start again on Monday. Oh, I already blew it. Oh, I'll start again next Monday. Oh my God, it's the holidays. Oh, I'll start on January 1st. Oh my God, Valentine's is coming. I can't do anything now because I got to eat my chocolate. Oh my God, Easter's almost here. Well, I guess I'll have to wait until after Easter. Oh, I'm going on that cruise. No need to start anything new now. I'll wait until I come back from the cruise. Oh my God, it's already July 4th. Geez, and I gained like 30 pounds in the past year. But I can't do anything right now. It's July 4th and it's summertime, and I've got all these, special things, special foods, special events, and oh yeah, there's that birthday party coming up. I gotta wait till after that. Oh my God, it's already Labor Day weekend. Um, oh, well, I can't start anything now because, yeah, well, there's that big cookout, and um, well, I'll just start again on Monday. Oh my God, it's Halloween. Oh no, there's no way I can do anything different now. I'll start again Monday. Oh my God, it's Thanksgiving. Well, geez, the holidays. I'll start again January 1st. Whoa, my God, Valentine's is right around the corner. You see how that goes? It okay. Again, I've done all of that, wasted a hell of a lot of time, didn't get me anywhere, and did not have the weight loss results. Your results never lie. All right. Okay. Third question, who's my coach? Fourth question, if you don't have a coach, why not? Why don't I have a coach? Write down why you don't have a coach. Why? Why would you hold yourself in this struggle? Answer that question too. Why am I holding myself in this struggle? Because nobody else is doing it. Hey, remember, this is Get Real, episode number 19 of the JoLynn Braley Show. I warned you, you wouldn't like this if you're not willing to get real with yourself for the purpose of getting new results. You don't get new results if you don't first get real with yourself and what you're doing or what you're not doing. Okay, and last question. What do I want? And if you write down, oh, I want to lose weight, don't write that down. If you just keep saying that all the time, but you're not doing anything, then get real with yourself. What do you really want? Well, what I really want is I want to keep eating everything I'm eating and I want to somehow lose weight. Okay, well, you can't. There's other ways to lose weight. You could cut off a leg. That would make you lose weight. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But you're not going to get the body that you want by continuing to live the way you're living. If the way you're living is unhealthy. Hey, if you're living totally healthy and fit and you're dropping 1 to 2 pounds of fat every week and your body fat percentage is going down every week and your inches are going down every week, then keep doing what you're doing. But if that's you, why are you listening to my voice right now? You just need some extra motivation to keep going? I'm just curious. Hey, I'd love to hear what your answer to that is. If you are totally struggle-free, living a healthy lifestyle, and you've got the weight loss results, head on over to my Facebook page. I've got a Facebook page that's specifically for this show. It's if you go to thejolynnbraleyshow.com, then that'll take you to my Facebook page. Click the like button on the page and leave me a comment. Tell me, why did you listen to this podcast if you're totally struggle-free with food and your weight? Because I'm just curious. I'd be interested to know. Do you want to interview me? Is there's some other reason you're listening? And I'm not being facetious. I'm just really curious. Because why would somebody listen to this if they didn't have a problem? Now, see, that's interesting too, because more than likely you have great struggle with food and your weight. And it's very interesting how you could still be telling yourself you don't have a problem. I've talked to people like this before, and they minimize everything about the gravity of their situation. But the minimizing only holds you where you are. It's all very interesting. The psychology of the psychology of the food and weight struggles. But remember, the title of this episode here, your weight loss results will never lie. Doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how much you hope. It doesn't matter how much you wish. It doesn't matter how much you pray. Your results are the proof is in the pudding, It's not something I can make up. This is not like it's JoLynn says your weight loss results will never lie. She's the only one that says that. No, it's just how it is. you know? Yeah. Are you getting this? I mean, is it too complicated the way I'm explaining it? I mean, it's probably not, is it? I mean, it's just basic bottom line. What are you doing? What are you not doing? What are you going to do about it? Your results never lie. If you don't know how to stop binge eating or stop emotional eating or stop struggling and you need help, you recognize that you need help, because you do need help because you've never fixed these problems on your own. Head on over to www.discovery-session.com. Fill out an application to get on a complimentary weight loss discovery session with me, one-on-one on the phone. It's complimentary, it's confidential, and we'll see if it's a good fit for us to work together. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but that's the only way to gain entry, to gain a invitation into my proven coaching system, the Inner Self Diet. It's not something that's just open to the public because I only work with people who are badass serious about ending their food and weight struggles. I don't work with folks who just want to try something new because I agree with Yoda. There is no try. You either do or you don't. There's do or do not do. And that's how you get results, Next week's episode of the JoLynn Braley Show will be episode number 14 of the One Thought Shift for Weight Loss series. If you haven't listened to any of those yet, I recommend that you go back to the first one, and the way you can find that easily is go to fearlessfatloss.com/blog and type 063 in the search bar, and that'll take you to the first One Thought Shift for Weight Loss episode in that particular series that is exclusively found on the JoLynn Braley Show. And then, like I said, next week will be number 14 in that exclusive series, so tune in for that. Those episodes are short, they're 10 minutes or less, and they're just like a short burst. They're not as in-depth as the full-length episodes. Hey, I'm JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the Kick-Ass Amazing Inner Self Diet. I truly do wish you your best life while living inside of your ideal body, without the drama, without the stress, without binge eating, without emotional eating, without the struggle. I mean, otherwise, it's a struggle, and I do not wish struggle on anybody. I wish you your best life living inside of your ideal body, bottom line, and if you've got that, then you are golden.